Hi everyone, welcome back to the Mind, Body, Soul Evolution. My name is Debbie, and let me get this straightened out here. So today is Saturday, January 4th, not the 1st, the 4th. Just checking in real quick. How are you doing with your resolutions, with your plans? Generally, we do fairly well, right? The first couple days. We're going to pull some cards today. We have the Angel Dreams deck, the Animal Spirit Pocket deck, the Moon deck, and the Wandering Star Tarot. But we just want to check in. Like, how is everything going? We know I work for, if you don't know, I work for a gym. I've been working there for 17 years, a long time. And the first week, right? First couple weeks, it's busy. It's hectic. They're just enthused, right? They're excited to land into the resolutions. And always, at least by Valentine's Day. That's cut back a little bit, quite a bit. But generally, like the third week in January, we start to see like a shift. So, and I've talked about this before, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it again about how, like, if you want to be successful in your resolutions, what needs to happen. So there's a couple things, and we know like you have to kind of shifting. You have to remove anything that's not the thing that you're looking to create for yourself. So, if you're looking to save money, then you have to get all the apps off your phone that you can, click and buy, or you have to stop going shopping. If you are looking for a healthier body, then I'm just going to start pulling cards. Then you're going to have to move your body in a different way. You're going to have to look at the foods that you eat and let go of the foods that are not working for you. So we know we have to do these things. And the next thing we have to do is make a commitment to ourselves. You have to commit to yourself and to the thing. Now we know like success comes if we choose one thing first. And then once that's going good, if you have another resolve, go into that. But make sure you get the one thing down. And you kind of need to know why you're doing it. If it's because you do it every year and hopefully this is the year for success. What's the deeper reason? So if maybe you're looking to like declutter your house, right? So, and we know, right? You have to kind of go through one thing at a time, like a drawer, a dresser, a closet, and start purging things out. And then you start to purge them out, and then you put them in a box, and then the box doesn't go anywhere. The whole idea is like to get rid of it. So whether it is curbing the types of food that we eat, getting away from the foods that are full of sugar and white starch, or whether it is spending too much, or maybe we're not socializing, maybe we're staying in instead of going out. So there's a trade-off. There is a trade-off. If there is a reason that you are having trouble releasing this thing, it could be a couple of things. One could be, maybe that's not the thing you're supposed to, sorry, it's a metal tin. Maybe that's not the thing you're supposed to be, that you're ready to change at this time, and you can always pull a card for that. I do that. I pull cards for my shadow work. I pull cards and I will ask the cards, if I work on this, if I put my focus and attention here, what is my result? And if, I get cards that are kind of like, no, this is not the right thing. And I can also pull up my pendulum, right? And ask my pendulum yes and no questions. And it will give me the answer, right? It's just yes or no. Like, is this the right thing for me to focus on at this point in time? So maybe you're focusing on something that you're really not ready to heal, right? Or to shift or to change. And another reason could be like there's a trade-off. If you'll have trouble like getting rid of things, like getting them actually out of the house and to a donation place. If you're really having a tough time struggling with changing your food choices or your spending habits, so you have to kind of look at what is that getting you, like what is that attachment? There's a payoff there. So what comfort is that giving you? So we know like we're not happy with our situation, but we just can't let go of this thing. That becomes more of an emotional and a psychological thing to look at. And you can figure that out on your own for shadow work, or you can, these cards are really great today. Or you can, speak to someone, like a counselor, right? Someone who kind of understands like what it's like to make changes. Or maybe you don't know how to make changes, right? Maybe that's something that you've always struggled with. So maybe you've never been taught. But here's the thing. If you're setting a resolve or an intention or adding something new, I have new people coming into yoga, and this week we're doing yin. And people think, oh, yin, okay, we're holding poses a little longer. They're easy poses. We're laying down. They're not easy. It's not easy. Or maybe it's just that you don't know how to love yourself properly. Maybe you haven't been taught how to love yourself. If you set goals or intentions for yourself, and if you're always deciding not to show up for that, maybe it's a self-love thing. And we're not taught how to love ourselves. We are taught how to love our parents, how to love our siblings, our aunts, our uncles, our grandparents, our cousins, our friends, our spouses, our children. But we're not taught how to love ourselves. And that's the main thing, loving yourself, committing to yourself. We commit to causes, we commit to events, we commit to people, we commit to things we don't want to commit to. Like oh, I was invited to go to this charity thing, and it's a great charity. I just don't want to go. But what happens, like, we do it anyway. But when it comes to us, yourself, like, then we choose not to show up. So take a look at that. What of these things sounds reasonable to you? Is it maybe you haven't learned how to love yourself? And the internet and social media, there's a lot out there about loving yourself, but what does that mean? And our first card that I pulled is going to is setting the tone for this reading, but it's really making time for yourself, for the things that you love and enjoy, taking some self-fulfilling time away from everything else, everyone else. Like my kids, oh my goodness, 2 cards with the same message. This is going to be really interesting. When my kids were little, I got up every morning to work out. I got up, and I had to do a workout, because that's just me. So I would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, because that time I could control. What happened through the work day and school day and after school and all that stuff, anything could come up. But I had that time frame of 5 to 6 where I had for me to do my workout, to go for a run, or to do my yoga, to do whatever it is I was doing for me. I got my shower, got my coffee ready, got the kids up, and then out the door and on with, oh, man. This is going to be interesting reading. On with the rest of it. So you have to allow time for yourself. You have to take that personal time and look at your calendar. And everything is in my phone. I tell people if it's not in my phone, it's not happening. If I'm supposed to make a phone call, if it's not in my phone, I'm not making the call. If I have a meeting, it's not happening if it's not in my phone. If I'm teaching a class or subbing a class, if it's not on my phone, it's not going to happen. But look in your phone. That's where I keep my schedule. We have 2 10s here. Interesting. Completions of cycles. Where do you have time? And it doesn't have to be like this big, whole, full hour. We have jobs. We have responsibilities. We have families. We have loved ones to take care of. Pets. Cleaning, all the things. And okay, these cards. This is a Wandering Star Tarot. This tends to be a pretty chatty deck, and it's proving so today. But schedule like 10 minutes in there to journal if you journal, to sit down, have a cup of coffee or tea, read a book, or just close your eyes and breathe. Stretch your body, right? Move your body every day somehow. For some people that's really hard, but it's probably the most beneficial thing for you. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tarot will stop with that. 4 of Pentacles. Foundations and protecting ourselves. 2 of Wands, leaning into something new. We have a 2 of Pentacles as well. So let's get into this reading, shall we? If any of this is making sense to you, if it is speaking to you in some form or fashion, let me know. Or if there's something you want help with, we can always go into a mini reading. If you don't want a full reading, we can do a mini reading. So we're going to start off with the Moon deck. And the very first card, okay, I'm going to give you the first 3 cards. The Moon deck, the Spirit Animal, and the Angel Dreams Oracle deck. Set healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries keep me centered and balanced. The Giraffe Spirit is see the big picture. So the things that we're doing for ourselves now have long-term rewards. And we can't always see like how they're going to pan themselves out. When I took my yoga teacher training certification, I did not want to be a yoga teacher. Like, no way, no how. I wanted to learn about the roots of yoga. I wanted to know the spiritual aspect of it because there was something there that woke something up in me. That's the only reason I took it. Finished my yoga teacher training. Within a couple of days, a friend of mine had a yoga class. She was teaching where I'm teaching now. She could no longer continue that class. She literally said, "Do you want the class? I'll give it to you." I had no interview. Walked into the gym, major gym, national gym. I had no interview. I had filled out no paperwork. I walked in. I taught a class just a couple weeks out of my yoga teacher training. And I go, how do I get paid? And I just had to go into a computer system. I didn't even meet an administrator. I did not meet anyone from HR. I didn't meet a supervisor. I did not meet a manager. And 17 years later, here I am. Although I know I have to put yoga out there in the ethers, and I will get to that. But here I am, right, teaching yoga and pulling cards and doing these things that are all serviced around the essence of who you are, around your soul, around your intuition, around your connection, and around your internal healing. So you never know. Taking that class just because I wanted to know what this yoga thing was. You never know where it's going to lead you. And I've met some of the most beautiful people in the world, some celebrities, and some, most just everyday people. And the kindest, sweetest, most beautiful people that I would never ever know. I would still be in my teeny tiny little world if I had never done that. And I have my paternal grandmother, my dad's mother, to thank for that. So setting healthy boundaries helps to keep me balanced. Giraffe, seeing the big picture. Look at that. Look at that giraffe. Oh, my light just turned out. Seeing the big picture. Huh, my light just turned out. Interesting. And the next card is from there's two of them. From the Angel Dreams Oracle deck, Nettle, Sweet Nettle, Boundaries and Caution. And we have also from the same deck, Daydream, Imagination, allow your mind to wander and give yourself quiet time. So right away, this is about you. And it's always about you. I will say this forever. Your most important relationship is the relationship you have with yourself. You are with yourself 24 hours a day. You are in your mind. You are in your body. Make that a great place to be. And if you don't know how to do that, then you start to write down. I know we don't like to always to write. How do you want to feel? So maybe how do you want your home to feel when you walk in the door? How do you want your bedroom to feel, which should be your oasis, right? You should feel comfortable and safe. I'm doing a yin practice all week long, and tomorrow's the last day of the class. So yin is long, slow, deep holds and these wonderfully delicious poses until you're holding them for a long time. And it's meant to pull out stress and tension from the body, but it's also meant to get us into that emotional aspect and start to remove some of the emotional residue that gets left inside. And I was feeling that yesterday in a big way and a little bit this morning. But this is all about your relationship with yourself, learning what these things are. So setting healthy boundaries so you can feel balanced. Seeing the big picture. See the big picture. And you may not know what the big picture is, but it's leaning into faith, trusting God, source, divine, universe, trusting yourself that you're going somewhere fabulous. Setting boundaries, being cautious of, and we'll look into this, being cautious of people or things that have maybe not been kind to you or situations that are not right for you. And daydream, right? Imagination, allow your mind to wander. Dream about the life that you want. So let's read into these cards before we get too off, and then I'll go into our tarot, which is going to be very interesting. So healthy boundaries, and it is card number 3. And she's there, and looks like there's someone behind her supporting her, and she has the 2 crescent moons. And she's, sitting in a full lotus pose, and she's got her arms out like elevated, right? Like, yes, I am here. I'm ready to receive. And she's setting those boundaries. She's setting this quiet personal time for herself. So let's see what this says here. Sometimes I need glasses, and sometimes I don't. So boundaries, healthy boundaries keep me centered. Setting healthy boundaries is essential for our physical and emotional well-being. We each have a need to care for our unique nature, enforce certain limits, and maintain self-respect. Tune into your central power source as you create and relate in the world with healthy boundaries. When your boundaries are too weak, you may give away too much. Let too much in or set yourself up for unhealthy dependency. Yet if your boundaries are too rigid or thorny, you can become tense and isolated. Either extreme can be physically and emotionally painful. Recognize habits that drain your energy and discover this tender balance for yourself. The positive impact of healthy, clear boundaries will ripple into every aspect of your life. And there you go. Let's go into our giraffe. And he is number 29 in numerology. That breaks down to number 11. And 11 is a master number. So let me see if I can find the giraffe. I'll hold this up. Let me see if I can see this. Let's see. Giraffes stretch upward to reach the treetops and look down from a higher vantage point. When the giraffe spirit appears, it is a sign to observe from a higher view. In all aspects of your life. It is time to stretch your neck out and broaden your view. Open your eyes to what others need or are experiencing and see the big picture. No matter how great your wisdom, knowledge, or experience, you don't want to overlook details and connections that will help you better understand yourself and your circumstances. So stretch yourself. Look beyond what catches your attention at eye level and know that not everything is as obvious as you might like it to be. Spirit will bestow upon you a new perspective that might make all the difference. Powerful cards. We'll go into the next card, Nettle. I don't think there is no number on this, and I will hold the card up when I find it. Nettle. And these cards are so beautiful. If nothing else, we can easily get lost into the artistry of these beautiful cards. So this card is warning you to maintain your boundaries. There is a situation that needs to be approached with caution and respect. Heed the red flags, be gentle with yourself, and take care to protect yourself. Nettle is a plant of maternal and metaphysical protection that encourages adaptability and flexibility. This herb helps shield you from harmful energies. It provides deep nourishment, teaches healthy boundaries, and keeps away negativity and danger. So again, right, when setting boundaries, if they are too loose, we can let in unwanted things. We can, people may even start, if you're the type where people take advantage of you, and then maybe you need to close that boundary up a little bit. And really, if it's not right for you, and say, I'm sorry, I can't do that. Or don't even say I'm sorry, say I'm not available to do that. You don't really owe an explanation. It's your choice. But let's go into Daydream, a fun card, right? So imagination, allow your mind to wander, quiet time. This card comes to you now, asking you to shape, sculpt, and redefine your life. Ooh. Fitting for the new year for our resolve, right? You can do this through wakeful dreaming, also known as daydreaming. So take a moment to sit quietly and allow your focus to soften. Let the images, sounds, feelings, and smells flow to you. Write these down in your journal as they are messages from your angels. This card is also letting you know that it's time to take a day off or just a few moments of respite. 20, I'm taking off on Monday because we're getting a snowstorm. Allow your mind to wander and your imagination to flow so the angels can easily bring in images and thoughts related to your growth and life purpose. Divulge your deepest dreams, hopes, and wishes to a trusted friend. And that is really trusted. The messages you are receiving are to be shared for the benefit of the greater good. Collectively, dream with others for support, healing, and inspiration. And that would be people that you truly, truly trust. Not putting everything out there for everyone, because you cannot, again, this boundary under nettle, right? You can't trust everyone. Not everyone has your best benefit at heart. So we have, oh my goodness, let's break down this tarot. We have Ten of Swords, Queen of Cups, King of Wands, Ten of Cups, Justice, Nine of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, and Two of Wands. So let's just take a moment here. We have only one major arcana. It lands literally in the middle of this. It's card number 5 of 10. It is Justice. So justice, in its simplest form, is about balance. But it's also about undoing something that's not right. Right? Righting a wrong or undoing something that isn't right. And letting yourself, allowing yourself to receive. If you're the type who does not allow yourself to receive, this is asking you, let that happen. And it says on here, yeah, balance, equality. So if things have been going in an opposite way for you, and I'm going to go into the Ten of Swords, if things have not been moving the way you want them to, or you're feeling stuck, that's going to shift and to change. And for some of us, we're finally getting to the point where we're letting go of stress, tension, and anxiety out of our mind. We're going to stop telling ourselves these thoughts that keep us small, that keep us in fear, and that are holding us back. It could be thoughts that we're not good enough, that, I don't know how to do something, that's not for me. So we're coming to an end of a very draining, physically and mentally draining period of time. Because right away, then we have the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands, earth, water and fire, compassion, energy, intuition, heat, passion, right? Maybe you're done saying no to yourself. Maybe you said no to yourself for a lot of things for a long time. And now you're being asked, like, the doors are opening, right? Again, what is the dream? What is the vision? And justice is about balance and equality. And we have the ultimate balance, male and masculine and feminine energy, the male, the female, the intuition, the passion, the love, the heat, right? Everything coming together. Now, this can get a little dicey if things hit too much. Although we don't have the Chariot. We had the Chariot the other day. So balance is finally coming in. And for some of you, this is going to be a new partner, or a partnership growing from somebody you already know. There's a lot of love energy coming in for 2025 for so many signs. So this could also be your invitation, right? Like, to say yes, to loosen some of those boundaries a little bit of putting people out or holding people away and letting somebody come in, right? We're motivated, right? Wands, it's associated with the element of fire. There's passion, there's excitement, right? We are motivated, we are ready to go. We're finally getting rid of the things. Look at all these swords, like just piercing the skull, in through the eyes, through the head, all over the place. All the thoughts that have been holding us back, the things that keep us awake at night, that stuff was going. We have the balance, the justice, balance, and equality. We have the King and Queen. the ultimate of balance of masculine and feminine energy, the Shiva Shakti, the Kundalini energy that rises up the Sushumna or the spinal column. Things are starting to open for a lot of you. So embrace this time. 10 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. I'm just breaking these cards down a couple at a time. 10 of Cups, right? Fulfillment. Just like your cups are full. Happiness. Achieving. Being very happy in your home life. In your love. 9 of Pentacles. All the hard work is paying off. For some of you, this is going to come in very quickly. This is a reading for the first full week in 2025. Some of you are going to start to see rewards coming in very, very quickly. So if any of you did a money spell on January 1st, maybe you expect to see some of those results. And you get to kind of sit back for a moment, right? And just breathe in, like allowing yourself to feel joy and to feel prosperous and to feel content. Because for a long time, you haven't been. So that taking all of these cards to find balance and equality to overcome this. Two twos together. We have 3 twos all together today. We have 2 of them right here. We'll take all 3 of them. 2 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands. Coming from here, knowing that all of this awaits us. 2 Swords, we have choices and we don't want to make the wrong choice, right? We don't want to repeat past patterns. We don't want to repeat past mistakes. But that's okay, because, again, another card of balance. We're leaning in to things to balance ourselves out, to give a focus and attention onto ourselves before we give it out. Filling yourself up. Allowing that love to pour into you. This is leaning into your imagination. If you were honest and true with your thoughts and feelings, and no, you didn't have to share them with anyone, most of us would want to feel love. We'd want to be able to love ourselves completely for who we are, where we're at in this time, and we want to feel love from others around us, right? We want this. We want to feel fulfilled. We want to feel prosperous. If you're really, really honest, when we're sitting in our quiet time, most of us will not share that. But if we're really honest, it's like, when is it my turn? Your turn is like, it's really coming quickly. Afraid to make a decision because you're coming from here. But guess what? Pentacles. We are in another earth element, right? We are in Capricorn. It's an earth sign, the last earth sign of the zodiacal wheel. Getting really grounded. Leaning into your passions, right? Wands, fire, passion, energy, right? Going with the King of Wands, big passion here. Getting used to allowing ourselves to feel passion within. 4 of Pentacles. Setting your foundations. Now, the cards the other day I pulled was, the first card was House, and then the second card, if you saw that, was Meditation, right? Moving up the chakras, starting with the foundation. 4 of Pentacles. 4s are about setting all corners, getting, again, balance. Balancing things out, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards of balancing here. even though this is about indecision, we're balancing our choices. Twos are all about balance. We're setting up our foundation for something really big and beautiful. And you deserve it, right? Like you've worked for a long time. And sometimes you feel like you've been grinding the wheels and you're getting absolutely nowhere. Yeah, I know. I'm there. I'm right there with you. I am no different. I have my meltdown moments. I have my like, what the fuck? Why is this working? And even I do this stuff, right? But I'm still not immune to it. But for the collective, all of this is coming together. We're building a new life. You're building a new life. We collectively are building a new life. We are allowing ourselves, again, balance, right? Balance, 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 balance. I think our reading is about balance today. Yeah. You're building a new life. We're not rushing into it. We're taking it from the foundation. We're setting our foundation. We are saving whatever it is that we're saving. Whether we are saving money, this is about money and finances. Maybe we're saving our energy. Maybe we're leaning into meditation and saving our energy and giving our energy only to those, yourself included, that matter. Maybe we stop throwing our energy away to things, situations, and people who are draining us. And maybe we bring more of it back in. Make your home this. Start with the foundation there. You have a lot coming, and some of this is going to come very quickly for some of you. Set those boundaries. Allow yourself to feel balanced. There's a bigger picture. We're not rushing. We're not giving anything away. We're holding it in. Because the time is going to be here before you know it, and things will start to blossom and to bloom. Dream. Just allow yourself to dream. Even if you're not telling it to anyone else, tell it to yourself. Be so honest with yourself. Maybe stop cutting yourself short and be really raw and honest with yourself. Even if you start crying, right? What do you truly want? How do you want to feel? What do you want your life to look like? We have the choice to write the story of our life. But so many of us, and myself included, I'm all in this too, have been given a script by societal standards, and I very much buck societal standards, that this is the way it has to go, and this is what you need to do to be happy, and this, you have to do this. But we are people. We are not puzzle pieces, or we are not pawns in a game. You get to write your life. If it is not going well for you, write down what you do not like. One thing at a time. What can I do here? Maybe all you do one day is just close your eyes and cry and let it out. Get it out. It's more of an energetic thing. I say all the time, journal. It's not to make you go back and look at it. Generally, when I journal, I rarely go back and read what I wrote. It's a rarity. But it gets the energy out of your body. It gets the stress, the anxiety, the tension. And it frees up space. And then you just automatically start to feel better and more relaxed. Then if you go into a few-minute meditation, you have a lot more clarity. Because life is waiting for you to live it. When are you going to do that? When you have enough money, well, what is enough? When you have the right house, well, what is the right house? If you have a certain car, at the end of the day, we think we want things, and we do need some things, but it's not the things that make us happy. We think it is, but it's not. It's the feeling that those things give us. If you want to have more money in the bank, what does that mean for you? It probably means you want to feel secure, that you don't have to worry about not having enough money in your bank account to cover your bills. Maybe you want a little more freedom to travel and to not always having to worry about, if I pay this bill, I can't pay this one. And if I go out and buy groceries this week, I'm going to be short on this bill, or I can't put gas in my car. I was there at least 4 times a year. I ran out of money and I couldn't put gas in my car. So I would have to take I'd always land on a Thursday. If I'd get home, I'd literally just be a little bit above the E. And I would have to call out sick from work because Friday, I would have to wait for Friday's pay. So I could get to the gas station Friday morning, which is, a half a mile away. Fill up the gas tank and get there, but about 4 times a year this would happen because that's how tight everything was. I've had my water shut off. I've had my electric shut off. I have not been able to buy the food that I needed to buy for my family, for my kids. I was not always able to buy them like clothes that they needed to have. And I've been there. I know these struggles. I can budget anything. If anyone has a budgeting issue, I can find money in your budget. You're not going to like it, but I can find it. I had to get really good at that, really being lean. So I understand. Like, I've been there. I've been there through all of this stuff. And every once in a while, it still comes up. It's easier, but it still comes up. Or maybe I keep remembering those times. And it keeps me a little more aware. This is Olive. It keeps me a little more aware. So what is it? This is your life. What are you writing? I did not like those things. I had to change it. I had to first look at my money, or the money that wasn't there. Trying to figure out, how am I going to do this? And it was not easy, but I did it. What do you need to look at? And how do you want your life to be? I downsized my house for multiple reasons. But in doing so, at least I have some more margin. I'm now in a condo. I have a little more margin. The payoff for that is now I have an HOA that I have to deal with, which I don't like. And I don't have a driveway. I consider myself living in a parking lot. Since we just have parking lot parking, we don't have garages or anything like that. So, but that's the payoff. And I don't have to shovel snow or mow the lawn. But when the snow plows come and plow the road, it plows in our cars. So I kind of have to shovel a car out, but I don't have to shovel sidewalks. So there's a payoff. There's a trade-off. And I had to decide what I wanted to trade off. So what is your trade-off? Right? And it's all temporary. It will all automatically start to come back into place. But if you're setting your foundations, what choices do you need to make now in order for the bigger picture to happen? Jupiter, planet of expansion, my personal planet, it's all about the bigger picture. It's all about the bigger picture. Sometimes I forget details. So I need to learn to lean into details. You get to know here, lean into the details. Let the details come to you in a daydream. Right? You want to go here, you want to go here, you want to have this experience, you want to feel this way. What is the opposite of the way you want to feel? How are you feeling that's not in alignment? And what can you do to help that feeling cultivate? It's all within you. Everything is here. Close these eyes. Open your inner eye. Slide your shoulders down. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth audibly. Exhale. Exhale anything that is not in alignment with you. Do another breath in. Allow energy that is in alignment with your soul's calling to come in and to guide you. Exhale. Let that energy find a space within you to rest and to grow. So that is your reading for the first full week of 2025. Thank you all so much for watching or whatever. If you have questions about the reading, if it is helpful, if you have gotten anything from it at all, or maybe not. Maybe you don't agree with it, right? Maybe you don't agree with my interpretation. I'd love to hear how you read these cards, how they resonate with you, what feelings are coming up for you, right? Because we all have our own journey. And these cards are all just so colorful. I mean, just if you put some of these colors together, right? So maybe you just start to color up your life a little bit. Maybe you just start to do some color energy, right? Okay, everyone. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. And I will be back on again soon. Until then, always I send you light and love from my soul to yours. If you are interested in booking a reading, put a comment in, I think there's a comment section, right, for YouTube. And yes, I'm working on I'm hiring somebody to do a website for me. That should be up in about, hopefully by the end of January. We're working on things, tweaking things a little bit to make sure I give you what I want to provide for you. So, okay. Take care, light and love, and I will see you soon. Those of you who are in the path of this snowstorm this weekend in upper northeastern part of the United States, please be safe out there.